Hello, hello. My name is Joe.
And I'm Jordan.
And this is Double Trouble Features, the weekly podcast where we talk about all things movies, television, and just what's on these damn screens. Shut up, Jordan.
Joe is mad at me right now.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just taking it out on you.
You know what? I'm used to it. Joe, how you doing, man? Doing all right?
No.
Also,
my office just went 4 days a week in office, so I have to be there on Monday, and I was there until 6 p.m. Monday, which means I didn't get home until 7 o'clock Monday. And, you know, it's just really interesting watching the people in charge of you just destroy your quality of life and not even care.
So again, if you just subscribe, like, and comment, you know, get that engagement going, the algorithm, you can make our friend not have to work anymore.
Well, work, just not for other people.
Yes. He'll just work for me. Actually, let's be honest. We both work for my wife.
Yeah, it's all for her.
It's
all for
really
the dogs, really.
Actually,
Penny and Lulu, yeah.
Yeah. No, we definitely work for the dogs. So what do we got for today?
Well, we are going to be talking about some good pussy, and by that I mean a lot of lion play today. Ooh. Oh, there's going to be some lions everywhere. And then again, good pussy with Nosferatu.
Don't know about that. Yeah,
I don't know. It had him acting crazy. Everyone was acting crazy for Lily Rose Depp's pussy.
More pussy. Lioness is also what we're going to talk about.
That's yes.
Yeah, it's a pussy
lots
thing.
of lions. Yeah.
And then finally, we're going to talk about where there's just a house full of pussy.
Love Island Australia.
Australia. Yeah. No. But let's get into our first topic. Joe, who's your favorite monster?
Ooh.
Like to the traditional kind of monsters and stuff like that. Who's your favorite?
That one's a little hard, and I don't want to be cliche about it. I think it is Dracula.
Dracula's really great. And like again, I don't want to be cliche about it. Who do you think mine is? Yeah, let's see. Do you know me?
Well, I'm gonna go two routes. You're a very complicated man, Jordan.
Well, thank you.
And so for that reason, I have two in my mind, and for multiple reasons. I would say Wolfman, just because, you know, he's very complicated, and at some point he just like kind of turns into an animal that you want to kill, and the whole town wants to kill, but only like once a month. And then the other side.
Wait. Hold on. Just registered. Fuck you.
You know, like I said, you're a very complicated man.
Yeah. No.
And then the other one, I'm not sure, but like, I feel like you relate to Frankenstein's monster a little bit, just because, you know, you're just a gentle giant, really.
Aww.
Well, you're strong. You could take somebody out, but you don't want to. You don't want to, and you're kind of scared of fire.
I'm not scared of fire. I'm scared of a lot of other things, though.
I'll put that to the test.
All right, chill.
We'll see how scared of fire you really are.
I would say, you know what's crazy? You actually like nailed it on the head. Both of those were like my top two. So like
I know you.
Yeah,
I know you.
You actually do.
I really need to start dating people more. Like I know too much about you. I need to.
And yeah, I knew yours was Dracula.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're just stereotypes.
Yeah. You know, what are the other ones like the Mummy?
The Mummy. I'm not like a classic Mummy fan, but I think the Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz, like.
Bring those movies back.
Why
are we not like?
Well, they tried with the Dragon Emperor, but they did not do well.
Okay. With Tom Cruise.
With Tom Cruise,
yes,
that was bad.
Okay, like I was so excited.
I was too,
and then I was like, "This is not a great movie." And then it's like, "Oh, this is a whole MonsterVerse."
Well,
and I was kind of excited for that
because it was supposed to kick off the Dark Universe for Marvel, and not Marvel for Universal.
Yep,
and they still have a Dark Universe at their new like epic adventure in Orlando or whatever.
They cut that shit.
But they're still having that, and you're like,
yeah, they're not doing it in Dark Universe. You know what is a Dark Universe though? Nosferatu. That's a very fucking dark movie. Not like sad or anything like that. I mean, kind of sad.
I mean,
but
it's
like
kinda sad.
the actual art style is very dark.
But it's so beautiful.
I loved the movie. My wife hated it.
Yeah.
But she's not into like that kind of. She's not an artsy kind of girl. Like she's not.
Yeah, no.
No, like she's a novel kind of girl. She will get into a novel, but like visualization of like artsy. She's not that. That's not.
And I mean, I will say it was depressing. Like the visuals were depressing.
Yes, but
they were so beautiful.
it's supposed to be that. Like,
and I just think that the use of color, especially with the lilacs, I think that those were such an important color against all that grayscale, against all that darkness, and it was like it just created this light in that dark. I don't know it.
So I would so before we kind of explain like what's the movie about, what would you give Nosferatu?
I'd give it an 8.
You give
like,
it
it's a solid 8 to me. This is exactly what I wanted, exactly what I thought it would be, and kind of more. Like it held back a lot, and then it just went full force. And I love movies like that where like it can kind of do those kinds of things.
So I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually shocked you only gave it an 8.
Oh.
I'm not going to give it a 9. If I wanted to watch the movie again. I would give it a 9 if I wanted to watch the movie multiple times, or like again and again, or like, you know, next year be like, hey, let me turn on Nosferatu. Like, I would give it a solid 9. I thought the acting, I thought the story was beautiful. I thought the tension between the Count and
everyone else.
Like literally everyone else.
Literally everyone.
Lily Depp like had an amazing performance. Like it's a fantastic movie that I did love. But in my rating system, okay, just to tell you again, 6 to me is a good movie, but I would never watch it again. 7, to get past that 6 threshold, that means I would watch that movie again. A 7 is a good movie that I will watch again. And then 8 and 9 make it, you know, in that upper echelon. Mm-hmm. So I give the movie a 6 only because it's just a movie I'm never going to watch again.
Which I'm kind of surprised. I mean, for me, this is a Christmas movie now. Because I mean, it's during Christmas.
Yes.
There's Christmas trees, and I think this movie should replace A Christmas Carol. Personally,
not a bad take. Not a bad take. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Actually. I mean, I just think A Christmas Carol, I think we need to like retire it a little. It's a little played out. And I
think an 8-year-old could definitely watch this movie and like, you know, it'll bring that holly jolly experience, you know?
That's exactly what I'm saying. And if I don't understand what you're there seems to be some sarcasm in your voice, and
I'm just going to let you know you're not going to have my kids overnight.
I think that the world would be a better place if children were more afraid.
Again, you're not going to have my kids overnight. You're like, hey, doesn't have to be overnight.
Yeah, I was like, I watched horror movies during the day as a child with my parents.
See, that's why you're you. That's why you're you. It
Better than you,
why.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But so let's kind of go through it. So basically, what happens is Lily Depp. She plays a girl in this town, and she's like, I need some love. I need somebody to come to me. Somebody, like anybody, anything. And there's only one voice. It's the fucking devil, basically. Like this is kind of based off of like Dracula-esque.
But it's mixed with a lot of like Romanian and Russian folk tales of, you know, the Strigoi and all that. And
then the Count comes to her, and first scene, I don't know what happened,
but like spiritually, he comes to her spiritually. Like, he's not actually
fucks the shit out of her, like spiritually.
Yeah,
like it's okay, guys. Going to be honest,
she's literally outside in the garden with like her legs up in the air, just shaking,
sucking dick at one point, like. Okay, that ghost dick, you know, she got that real ghost dick.
Take it back to Scary Movie 2.
I love that. I actually love scary movies too. Yeah, no, I thought that scene kind of wakes you up. Now here's the thing. I think the first, next hour, I think it's slow. I think it's slow, but on purpose. It's a purposeful slow. So basically what happens, we fast forward, 3 years or something like that. She finally meets a guy and gets a husband. He's a lovely husband played by Nicholas Hoult. Yes. Who was my Mr. Beast, our Beast Man from X-Men. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I always, when I see him, I always think of Tony from Skins.
Yes,
Skins
also,
UK.
Yes, he also is
Effie's older brother.
And so he gets this job. He's trying to become a lawyer. And they're like, hey, I need you to take this document to this guy. He's trying to buy some land in our town. He lives about 6 weeks away from here.
Yeah.
So crazy to think about. And
he's like, and I need you to do it personally.
Yes. And so basically what we kind of go through is you kind of go through his journey of getting to the house and seeing all the signs of I should turn back. But because he is so dedicated to his job, and it gets to a point where it's just he's dedicated to the money aspect.
Well, and he's trying to get money so he can buy a house for him and his wife. They can start a family. He's doing it for all of the right reasons.
Yeah, but it does go into the perspective of what is money worth at the end of the day.
I think we answered this last. It depends on how much money.
Yeah, I guess. Because again,
and apparently the price was right.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Demons, there's no price for me.
But he didn't know they were demons.
Bro, you get the vibe. There's no way you don't get that vibe. I'm leaving instantly.
I mean, but he was already there. And what do you mean you're leaving instantly? You got brought in a cart. Your horse is gone.
Actually, that's true.
He was kidnapped.
It's been 6 weeks. So it explores the journey of him getting there and also him trying to return. But then it also explores Lily Depp's character, where she feels something. There's something in her. The spirit of Count, his kids, basically his semen, has been spread all into her.
That was a lot for me. I was like, that was a visual, because that's not how I viewed it at all. I see it as a spiritual torment.
Yes, it's a spiritual torment, and he drops her off, the husband drops her off at his friend's house, who's played by Aaron Taylor Johnson. He's a good-looking guy.
He is a great-looking man. He can't act worth shit, but he's a good-looking man.
Not the best actor.
like love him to death, baby boy. Just you need to stick to the big dummy rules.
And so at home, they're dealing. Aaron Taylor Johnson has to deal with the wife going crazy and being possessed, and how trying to deal with that with his own family. And then they try to get rid of this curse that's possessing Lily Depp.
And then his wife was also her Lily Rose Depp's best friend, Emma Corwin.
Yep.
Who, if you don't know, she was in Deadpool and Wolverine, as well as The Crown.
She was. Oh my God. Yeah. No, just made that correlation.
Yeah. And she also played Princess Diana in The Crown.
Fuck, she did.
Yeah.
God damn good.
It was a great cast.
She looks so different in the
movie.
And
that's the thing. She can act her fucking ass off.
Yeah. Didn't have enough role in this movie.
No.
But I think Lily Depp act her fucking ass off.
So good. And what's funny is I saw in some article that she was shooting that pop star show concurrently.
Really?
Yes. And so she was
trying to switch that.
No, and that's what she said. She goes, one day I'd be the hottest bitch in the world, and then the next day I looked like I wanted to die.
Yeah. That show with The Weeknd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was that crazy one where I didn't even watch it because there was just so much drama around it.
We
I was
watched the first 2 episodes.
I heard it was
and I was just I'm good. I'm good. And I love The Weeknd. I've seen him twice live. Puts on a show.
Yeah.
Puts on a show.
From what I understand, he got He was broaching the cancelization sector of things at the time.
Hey, you know what? But anyway,
I don't know. Selena just makes these men go crazy.
hey, she does. But anyway, Nosferatu is cinematically wise. It is shot beautifully. It is eerie. It is dark. It is gothic. Like you feel that in almost every scene. There one scene where the husband is standing in the middle of the forest, and you just had those two paths. I was like, this is the scene right here.
And that's the thing. Every shot felt like when the Igor type character, he went and got the thing, and he's like rowing down the canal.
Yes,
and as he's rowing down the canal, it just gets darker and darker. Like every scene from this movie looked like a painting almost.
Yes.
And for me, what really like drew me in is it felt like a dark fairy tale. And that's really what it was. It like we as we understand fairy tales, like they're light, happy hearted.
Back in the day, all fairy tales were scary.
They were dark, and these stories are based off of those old scary fairy tales. And I don't know. This is why I say I was like, kids need to be scared more.
I'm not gonna lie. I would say I watched that movie after our ranking. I will put Nosferatu probably top 5 movie I watched last year.
Yeah,
that came out last year. I would easily put that in top 5.
I'm going to be really surprised if it doesn't get a bunch of Oscar nods at least. Like, I don't think it's going to sweep it, but
no.
But because I think The Substance is about to sweep it.
No, it's going to be The Brutalist. 3 and it's actually it's 4 hours.
That movie's not even out yet.
Nope.
And that's what pisses me off is that it won Golden Globes and it's still not out yet.
Nope. If you get private screenings.
But that shit pisses me off to no end. And especially I'm over biopics. Hot take. I'm over them. I'm sick of them. I don't want to see them unless there is something actually like.
So you don't want to see the biopic about the black girl who was a U.S. Olympic fighter who went back to Detroit?
No.
See, you hate black people. So remember, Joe hates black people.
Which is what a dumb jump. I am tired of biopics. I've never really been a big biopic fan.
Yeah, you're not.
I just because I could read the synopsis.
That's why you want to see Better Man with me.
Better Man. Which one's that?
The one with the monkey.
Honestly, I probably would go see it if it wasn't also a biopic.
Yeah. No. Everybody's giving it great reviews too. It's like a 90.
If by everybody you mean the 10 people that went to see it because it made $10 million opening worldwide. I was like, you're like, everybody says it's great. I was like, who the fuck is everybody?
No, here's the problem.
Because nobody saw it.
Here's the problem with that movie. I don't even know who the main character is.
No, that's
because he's a UK guy.
Well,
and that's not translating to a US audience.
And I think it doesn't translate. And the fact that they made him a monkey is even less so.
But everybody liked it. That did see it. The 10 people.
I don't think everybody liked it.
I want to go see it this weekend by myself.
Have fun.
By myself.
Have fun.
Because my wife also doesn't want to go see it. So
I mean, it just doesn't. There's nothing fun about that to me.
There's a monkey as the main character, and that's such a unique way to tell. Anyway, we're getting off subject of Nosferatu.
How is it unique?
Have you ever seen that? A biopic where they have CGI that person into...
Yeah, Caesar, Planet of the Apes.
That's a biopic.
And that was interesting.
That was a biopic?
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like we are on the cusp of becoming Planet of the Apes, though. RFK. Yeah.
Hey, so, at least no more red dye.
No more red dye. Hey, shout out to that, though.
The Democrats did it.
Yeah. Definitely go see Nosferatu. It's a beautiful, amazing movie. It is very eerie. I don't think it's that scary.
No,
I wouldn't say it's that scary.
There's one really gross part at the end.
It's a grotesque kind of movie. But you get that eerie vibe the entire time. And the first half is kind of slow, but after that, it is just go, go, go. And loved it. Loved it. Still is a 6 for me though.
Yeah, it's an 8. I think it's just a beautiful fairy tale that's just dark, and this kind of movie scratches all of my itches.
Yes. Yes.
And like I'm a Eggers fan. He does great work. The Witch, The Norseman.
Yeah.
I saw the only thing I haven't really seen is The Lighthouse, and now I feel like I need to go back and watch it. But like,
well, we didn't even talk about Willem Dafoe. I'm not gonna lie. I would say Willem Dafoe is probably a top 10 actor in the 21st century.
Yeah, and you're getting a lot better at saying his name.
Willem.
God
damn it, man.
I said you were getting better.
All right.
And I like we're just really being genuinely sincere. I do not correct you every time you say it.
Willem Dafoe.
Yes.
Willem. Nice stash.
We talk about him a lot on this podcast.
We actually do. We're stands.
And that's why I was like, you are getting better.
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
Hey, I said it right. Hey.
But no, he plays this like apothecary man, and he's just a fucking kook. And I love when he plays a kook.
Love it.
But he's always right. That's the thing. When he's a kook, that's right. It's fantastic. That's why Green Goblin. He was right.
He's right.
Green Goblin was right.
I'm not on that board. Go see it. Definitely go see it. Joe. I can't sing at all.
God. I had to sing a Lion King medley when I was in choir, and it was literally like Ingwenyamaneng when I'm a bala, Ingwenyamaneng when I'm a bala.
It feels okay. So like when I see like little kids do shit like that, it feels so racist.
A bunch of white kids, singing African.
I'm like, bro.
Oh, my director had us singing in Japanese at one time.
What?
Momo shikiya furu kino kino bano. The ferns grow in the eaves. Shino buni moni mo.
Bro,
yeah, see it. You're like I just rattled off Japanese and African to you.
It's just like every single time. It's just like, please stop. It's like not every song that's made in the world is meant for everybody.
And then we do like sticks. Yeah.
The switch up.
Yeah, crazy. No, it was my choir director was on some crack ass shit. It was mainly because his wife was cheating on him the whole time.
Hell yeah.
And I wouldn't blame her. He was really into jazz choir, so like
jazz choir. I love jazz. Don't get me wrong. Jazz choir.
No, he made me hate it. Like we had to go to jazz choir competitions, and this isn't like show choir. It's like
you had to go?
It's like doo wop doo wop doo wop doo wop.
Like you had to go.
Yeah, it was part of our grade.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, it was awful. So I had to sing Lion King, and Lion King has always been a huge thing for me, but I did see Mufasa.
All right, so Joe, I have not seen this movie because I'm like, I can wait for this to come on Disney Plus.
I'm not gonna lie, the only reason I did see it was because my mom really wanted to go see it as like a family for Christmas, that kind of thing. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't a bad movie. I was quite surprised.
What'd you give it?
I would give it a 6. I'm not rushing to go back and see it, but I do think it was a good movie. It actually did put a lot of just context around all of it, which I know it was supposed to do, but I honestly I just didn't have faith in them. I didn't think they were going to do it right. I thought it was going to suck.
I didn't have faith, and also I was just like, is it necessary? I was like, I'm so cool with Scar being Scar, Mufasa dying in the first 8 minutes. Mm-hmm. Like I'm so okay with that. Did I really need that backstory? But according to like you, and I've seen like a lot of reviews, they're like, no, it's a good movie. Like it's like not the best.
That's the thing, is it's just a very middle of the road movie. So what it's about is obviously you have Mufasa, and this is a Disney movie. So the first scene is him being with his parents, having a good time.
Life is great.
Life is great. And, you know, it's been a minute since there's been a rain, and like it starts raining and everyone's so happy because they haven't had rain in such a long time, and they're going to go down to the watering hole.
Oh,
Mufasa goes down to the watering hole. Flash flood.
Yep. There we go. Yep. Yeah.
Flash flood happens and carries Mufasa down the river away from his parents. And he just keeps going. And now he has no idea where he is.
Damn, man.
So
Mufasa had it hard.
So
and then he got killed. Bro, that's crazy.
No, nobody died.
No, he does die.
Eventually. Spoiler alerts, Jordan.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Spoiler.
But no, so he goes down the river. He runs into this one cub. I'm blanking on his name for some reason. It's Scar. I don't remember what his
Yeah, no, he has a different name, right?
Yeah, he has like a real name before he becomes Scar.
Is it
Toka or something?
No. There's all these. No, the one guy who plays him, his name's not there. Like out of all the cast members, literally the kid that plays him is just not there.
See, we even tried to pull it up ahead of time, and we were like, "No, we're gonna get these." Anyway, so I'm just gonna call him Baby Scar.
Yeah, call him Baby Scar.
So Baby Scar is like, "Oh my God, who are you? I don't know anyone my age. Like, you come hang out with me." So he goes back to Baby Scar's pride, and the mother is like, "Oh my God, you know what? I'm just now realizing this is a story of Moses."
No, you literally were saying it. I was just thinking. I was just like, "Yeah, this is."
I was like, "This is literally the story of Moses."
I was thinking the whole entire time. Bro,
which is crazy because I didn't think about that.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
No,
I was gonna let you keep going, and I was like, "Nope, Moses."
Hey, I didn't get that far. I was like, and then like he and his mother pulled him out of the river. Oh, hold on. And you know what? It gets even worse. So they go back to this, the pride of him, and it turns out Baby Scar is the prince. He is I don't know the lion term, alpha, whatever, the king. They call him the king.
Yeah.
He's the king's son. And so he's getting in there and he's like, "Papa, look, I have a new friend." And he's like, "No outsiders. You keep those dirty outsiders out there where they belong." He doesn't have a country accent. That's just where I go when I start getting xenophobic.
Bro, this is I'm just thinking Moses.
Exactly, because the Jews anyway, the Israelites.
Wait, what's that show? Or what's that movie?
Prince of Egypt.
Prince of Egypt. There we go. Yes.
I remember
Prince of Egypt, 10 out of 10.
Prince of Egypt, 10 out of 10. One time I showed my friend that, and I did not think that I needed to tell her this, but we got to the burning bush scene, and she looks at me and she goes, "Is this movie about God?"
Bro, what?
And I was like, "You didn't know that?" She goes, "I'm not lying to you. I thought this was just a great animated movie up until now."
Do you not know who Moses is?
No, she didn't know. She didn't know.
No, but hey, if you're not religious,
soundtrack,
it is a 10 out of 10.
That soundtrack, even if you are, if you are religious,
yeah,
it's also
if
10
you're religious, you're gonna love it.
But if you're not religious, it's still, anyone with any kind of, it's just chef's kiss, such a good movie.
Prince of Egypt is 10
anyway,
out of 10.
anyway, back to a more mediocre movie. With the same story. So what happens? So this is where it kind of deviates a little from the Moses story, a little. But what happens is, the line's like, "I want him out of here," and the wife is like, "What if we just let him, try for it?" So he's like, "Fine, my son and you are gonna race. If you win, you can stay. If you lose, you die."
Man, that's like the chariot race almost that they did.
Yeah, exactly. No. So they do their little race.
Mufasa won.
Lil Scar lets Mufasa win.
Ooh.
Because he always wanted a brother.
Okay.
And that's where that whole brother thing coming out. "I'm gonna want a brother." They say brother like that, like for a whole song.
Like I saw some people trying to make that a TikTok like
Yeah.
and I was just like, this is not the song.
It just like didn't. Well, I mean, that's the other thing is like none of the songs are that memorable. That's the most memorable one, and only because it almost became a thing on TikTok, but it still wasn't good enough to become a thing on TikTok. Anyway, Mufasa is brought into the pride, but dad's pissed. The king is pissed. And he's like, you need to get the fuck over with the females. The males are going to sit over here and you're going to be a hunter. You're never going to be a true part of the pack as a male.
But it's kind of crazy how like in the Lion Kingdom, the roles is reversed. Mm-hmm. Like the women do all the things and men just sit around and just chill. But they're like, I'm just bigger, so I can.
And that's the thing, and that's actually brought up because then they start growing up, and Mufasa is off with the females, and he's learning how to hunt, and he's getting a lot of these skills, a lot of these things. He's like he can hear and like feel a herd from like fucking I don't even know how many. It's like they keep saying like 2 days away and stuff like that, and so he could. Yeah. Yeah. So he gets
that's a measurement.
So he gets like real accustomed to that, and he becomes like this super tracker, right? So this whole time he was told by his parents about this magical place that has no problems and everything's great, and like there's
Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, Hakuna Matata, right? And so he's sitting there and he is, he wants to go off to his land, but he's like a part of this pride now. So they're like out hunting and all this stuff, and baby Scar, now almost like teenage Scar, is sitting there, and he's like, his dad's like, you need to stop hanging out with those females and Mufasa. You need to come hang out with the males. And he's like, well, what are we doing? And he goes, we're going to lay here all day and protect the pride.
Hell yeah, brother.
He says that he's like, that's what it is to be king. So Mufasa and the stepmom go off to do like hunting. And while they're out, baby Scar follows them. While they're out, they run into these other lions. These other pack of lion is called the Outsiders. Ooh. And they are like white lions.
Okay, yeah, no, I've seen the trailer.
Like so they are like just pure white lions who are just a little bit bigger than the normal ones. Yeah. And so fight happens, a lot of stuff going on. Mufasa ends up fighting them off, even though his mom told him to run, or his stepmom told him to run. And baby Scar is watching this whole thing, and baby Scar runs away from the fight. And it becomes a whole big fucking deal, because then they come back and daddy is like, hey, you saved my wife. Like, I accept you now. But then he like scolds baby Scar, and he's like, you should have protected your fucking mother. Yeah. And you didn't, and you ran away.
And so that's when it starts to deviate, and you see the problems, and then that's when we get to the end.
Exactly.
Okay.
But the Outsiders are now know where they are, and they're coming in, because those are just scouts. And so now they're coming, and they're coming to kill them. Their whole thing is, we are the lions, and we will either kill you or you're going to be a part of our pride.
Yeah. Okay. Don't spoil the whole movie.
No. I'm not. This is only like, I'd say about half. So then
he's like, all right, we're going past that.
No. So then this is where I'm going to stop. I'm about to stop. So then Mufasa and Scar have to go out on their own and try to find this place that he was told about his whole life from his mother. And so they're trying to find other lions and all that. And that's where you start seeing, like, you meet Sarabi, you meet Rafiki, they do all that stuff. Like, there's a lot of movie left. This is just like the first act. So then they go do that, and but like it really does, and I think that's where it kind of goes into interesting territory, is when they start meeting Rafiki, and you see how Rafiki and Mufasa become friends, and you see how Sarabi and Mufasa become lovers. It feels weird saying that about, I was gonna say like boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife, but it's so weird to say it about lions.
Who does Blue Ivy play as?
Oh, probably Kiara.
Kiara.
So the whole storytelling device for all of this is Simba and Nala are going off to, well, I don't know if this is spoiling or not. Simba and Nala are going off, and Rafiki has to take care of Kiara. So it does bring Kiara into like the overall story. And so you are hearing this story from Rafiki telling it to Kiara, and then Timon and Pumbaa are also there.
Yeah. I was like, I think Timon and Pumbaa.
Oh, we did get an answer for the glacier. It was a mountain.
Oh, okay.
But why there's a glacier in a mountain, I don't know. Like, it is what it is.
So what would you say about the animation?
So I would say that the animation was really good. This was obviously shot in 3D for 3D movies. Like they wanted kids to go in with 3Ds because there were so many times where like Zazu like shoots out at the screen, or they like just do such a close up on the lions' faces. But I will say they did take the note. There was a lot more like face in the movie. There was, and I do think it made it like 10 times more enjoyable because it didn't look like photorealistic lions on a Windows background doing a story.
I don't need that.
Don't get me wrong. There were still some scenes where like you just don't want to look at the distance too much because you could see where it like slowly starts to become a Windows background. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you're just like, it just looks a little too perfect. And that's the thing is, I think with computers and all that, it's hard to recreate just how random nature is.
But also at the same time, it's like, who's asking for this? Like, who is asking for this?
Not me, but I mean, it was fun.
Like, don't get me wrong. I did like the remake. Okay. I thought the animation again was the worst thing about The Lion King. But I loved, Donald Glover, loved Beyonce. Like, I loved all that stuff. I thought it was like a good retelling.
You do hear Beyonce's voice again. That was nice.
Hell yeah. We can listen to her all day, every day. But it's just, again, who wants this? Do I need this? And the answer is no, 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 and no. And so that's why, like, I wasn't, like, super excited to see Mufasa. Because, like, again, I was just like, I don't need this not a retelling. I don't need to really know this background. Glad that you told me it's just
the story of Moses. Yeah.
Yes. I'm I'm
not going to lie, like, the more it goes down the road, it becomes, like, it's still the story of Moses.
Yeah, no.
And then the rock oh, my. And there's water that comes. God.
Yeah, no, so.
I'm so mad. Y'all Disney ain't slick. Just writing Bible stories with lions. I mean, don't get me wrong. Lion King was like Hamlet, but still.
Yeah, so clearly nobody at Disney can tell original stories. But I'm glad you liked it. It was not a bad movie. It was a good enough movie. I would say that, like, the songs were very forgettable, but I think that's actually the number one problem.
Yes,
because, like, again, Lion King, it was
Elton John.
But yeah, I'm only rocking these what made old Disney movies great is the songs.
I agree.
And if the songs and, like, the quality of songs in these latest Disney movies, like Wish, not a hit. There's not one hit.
Tarzan would have been nothing without Phil Collins.
Facts.
That movie would have been
Facts.
just obscure, whatever.
Facts.
Even like Treasure Planet with the Goo Goo Dolls. Like, bring back stunt casting in the music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and, like, they try because, like, again, they brought Beyonce in, they brought Donald Glover in for this, but, like, I just need great. If you're going to do new songs, new hits and stuff like that, I need you to bring in
that Scuttlebutt song in the Little Mermaid.
That's so terrible.
It was so bad.
So bad. I don't need to hear Awkwafina ever. Like, she just needs to tell jokes. I don't need her to sing or try to do anything.
And yeah, let her use her queen's voice.
Yes, gosh. But anyway, so I'm glad that Mufasa was decent. I am going to watch it though when it comes out on Disney Plus.
It's just okay. Yeah. Wait, I would say wait unless you really wanted to see it in 3D for some reason. Just wait.
Just wait. All right, so now we're going to get into our TV section, and we are both huge Love Island fans. Love Island All-Stars just premiered last night.
I missed it.
Did my wife not tell you?
No.
Okay, not gonna lie. Told her to tell all of you in your little group. It premiered like yesterday, because it premiered in like when it actually is happening on Monday, but Peacock wasn't getting it until
Tuesday,
yesterday.
Okay, wait, Wednesday.
Yeah, so we're a couple days behind, which is perfectly fine. But yeah, it's on Peacock now.
Okay.
Yeah, so trying to watch Love Island All Stars. Check it on Peacock. I don't know what time it premieres. I am not a Peacock person, but I needed something. Okay, I've been watching a lot of TV shows this year, and I've been watching a lot of serious one. We did watch like Love Is Blind and stuff, but I didn't watch enough reality TV, to be honest. And so, my wife had some time off, and we were trapped in snow, and I was like, you know what? My friend told me that Love Island Australia this season is really good. I'm going to watch it. And it's a great season.
Really?
Okay, here's the problem that all these people need to understand is that Love Island USA that just happened is an anomaly.
Yes.
Okay? It's the best season, I think, of all Love Island ever.
Yeah.
Okay? And so a lot of US people are trying to now watch, like, fill that void, and they're just getting on to like either UK or Australia, and they're like, it's not the same.
It's not.
And it's not the same at all. And I'm fine with that because I understand what Australia is. And I think out of all the like the different areas, Love Island Australia is the best timed episode. So we cut out all the bullshit of like, let's get the makeup done. Let's talk in the mornings. Let's like all the.
Can I have a chat? Can I have a chat?
The filler time. We Love Island Australia gets rid of filler time, and sometimes it feels like they even skip a day, maybe, because they're just like, if nothing happens, we're just not going to show you shit that happens.
Which is the correct way you should be doing it.
And so what they do is, instead of having like actual voters and stuff like that, they have what is called super fans. So they get like, I don't know, to be honest, I don't know how many people, but they get these people that like submit to be a super fan, and then they get to watch everything that's going on. And so then they get to make the decisions. They get to see like who gets to go on these dates, who gets to do this, who get based on super fans.
Oh,
so
and this is like a set group throughout the season.
Yes. So it's like, let's just make it up a number. Let's say there's 10 people that like have watched Love Island since day one. Those 10 people are the only people who get to watch it as it's happening.
And so now they're almost like the producers.
Yes. And so
that's crazy.
Yes. At one point they were like, hey, the super fans chose, like, they're all good in their couples and they're all happy and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, hey, these super fans want to see what these other couples will look like just randomly. And so they just randomly put them in other couples that they're like, oh, nothing's going to happen. And then shit happens. So
Because they know. They know if you give a man one opportunity to cheat, he will.
So let's. I want to talk about these characters. We're gonna knock them out. Let's go in boys first.
No, do the girls first.
Girls first. Okay. Yeah. You have Hannah. All right. Hannah is your, like, she describes herself as a Barbie.
She looks like a Barbie.
She does look like a Barbie.
Even got she's got the pink bikini and rib cage to show it.
Horrible person. Horrible person. She gets what she wants. She understands how to play like the flirt game for dumb boys.
Oh.
She knows how to work dumb boys.
What? I mean, yeah.
But also, she's jealous. She's a jealous girl. I don't like Hannah at all. Like, she sucks. She fucking sucks. You have M. M is the chillest person. She shouldn't be on this show, to be honest.
She looks very chill, and by that I mean bisexual.
Oh, one no, yeah, she is.
She just looks like she looks like a bi queen.
There's 1,000,000% like she's bi. They're like she like at one point it was like kiss whoever you want to, and she chooses a girl to kiss.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah,
I'm called it.
No, she's a model. She is. I think she's too blasé, like too like people are trying to get her man, and she's just like, If
you can take him, take him.
Yeah, but then starts to get jealous but doesn't understand how to communicate like, hey, I actually really like you and I really have feelings about you, but doesn't know how to communicate. She doesn't want kids at all. She just wants to travel around, no kids and everything like that. Great person though.
Yeah, I feel like she was put on this show to like challenge the men.
Yeah, and then at one point one man tried to challenge her and something spikes, and then she's like, all right, now let me show them a little bit of my true colors, a little bit more, and she's like a lot more vibrant, like, fuck this guy, fuck this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we love him. Love him. Sophie. Sophie is a pick-me. First of all, she's friends with all the girls. You can't tell her a secret. Because she literally is the type that spoils, like tells everybody the secret. And like you can't fucking like get away from her.
I'm getting Kaylor vibes from her.
Okay, first of all, Hannah looks just like Kaylor. Like,
a little bit, yeah.
Like what on the show, you're gonna be like Kaylor.
Oh,
Kaylor,
really?
yes. But Sophie, yeah, I will get the Kaylor reference. She kind of is kind of like Kaylor. Sophie actually comes in when one of her ex guys she slept with is on the show. We'll get to him in a minute. And she is like the type of person who's like, I want this guy and I'll do anything. Like she's not a kind of backstabber, but like more like I'll do anything for the boy to get the boy. If you know what I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anal.
Alicia, she's a bitch. Like I'm just gonna be honest.
You were not saying like the only thing you kind of had someone nice to say was M, and even then you were like she was too like just blasé.
I love Sophie. I actually love Sophie.
Okay,
she's a good person.
Okay,
you can't tell her anything though. If you want a real secret, don't tell her.
Got you.
Yes, she will have your back. But she will also tell the entire villa about what you stand for.
But she's the reason that you need your back had.
Yes, in some instances. Alicia, yeah, she's kind of wild. She's hot. Like she's like I would say in this first group, she's the hottest girl. She's also a jealous girl. Like she's a short, angry person.
I feel like you cannot go onto these shows as a jealous person. But they pick those people for that reason.
I like a jealous person. I don't like a girl who like I hate when they pick girls that aren't willing to like just throw it out there, you know?
Oh.
Like I hate the girls that are like,
you have to come to me.
Like, yeah, they come to me and like I just want to be only in a relationship and like they're like I hate relationship people. You're on a dating show. Make out with some people, fucking get a little dirty, make some entertainment, then they eventually find your man and then call it a day. Not first guy I see, that's me and that's all I want. Like boring. You're boring.
I feel like this if he wanted to he would idea has really like dug into these shows for some reason. And first of all, it's not true. This whole if he wanted to he would thing, we've got to get over that because that's just such an oversimplification about how people work and move within spaces and how we work in these very complex relationships that we have that feel even more complex. And like, you're never going to get anything just by sitting there.
Exactly. Like M says like, I attract, I don't go after. Like, I hate when girls say that because it's like, so if you like a guy and want a guy, but he doesn't know you're interested or anything, so he doesn't go towards you or thinks you're good in your couple, it's his fault? Like,
yeah.
I don't get that. Mimi, we love Mimi.
Oh.
Mimi is the she's fun, she's cool.
She's got her cowboy boots on.
Yeah, she will cut a bitch though. Cross her friend, she'll cut you. Okay, it's just that simple. She's down to fight. And she also likes to stir the pot. Where she's like, oh, you two are fucking around like that? Well, guess what? Let's find out. At one point, one of the challenges is like, okay, pick the person who you think is the most toxic and kiss them on cheek. And she was like, can I pick two? And picks two people and kisses them both on the cheek and bows. And I was like, okay, like.
I really relate to Mimi because you start fucking around on me. I'm like, all right, I'll just sleep with the rest of the house. like I'm not going to get mad. I'm going to get even. And that's why I'm single.
That's why I'm single. Xanthi, she has 2 brain cells. At first I thought she was going to be smart. No, she has 2 brain cells and she's a crier. She's the emotional one, and yeah, that's it. There's literally nothing going on up here.
And so what's interesting about that is that I said that Sophie kind of felt like Kaylor. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of feels like all 6 of these women are different sides of Kaylor.
Yeah,
which is why that season of USA was just so good because you had people like that could encapsulate all of these feelings and all of these different types of women.
So going to the guys.
Okay.
Dumbest group of guys
They're Australian
that have ever been on TV.
But the question is, are they actually dumb or do they just sound Australian?
No, they're actually dumb.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start off. Zayn, for instance. Zayn has nothing. Like when I tell you, girls try to talk to him, and he's just like, "Yeah, I need a girl for gym." No,
okay. So another problem I'm seeing, I'm just going to say this now, and I've been having this issue with a lot of these shows throughout the day, is obviously they are picking the hottest people that they can find. And I feel like for women, this isn't necessarily the case, but men whose sole focus is their physical appearance, they do not care and are not working on anything else going on. Not their personality, not their interests. Their interests are getting hotter.
Yeah, no. So Sophie actually fucked him. Zayn and Sophie fucked before they got on the show.
I mean, I'd watch.
And Sophie comes in like as a bombshell. Has like they have blindfolds on. She makes out with all the guys, and she goes to Zayn. He's like, "Do you miss this?" And so the whole entire time, like I'm not going to spoil anything, but Sophie, like they fucked, and she straight up was like, "That was some good dick," and she's like. The entire time you can tell she still wants Zayn.
Well, she got dickmatized.
And when I tell you Zayn has like no brain cells going on at all. And like, again, I'm just like watching and I'm just like, what makes this man attractive? Because the second he talks, you know there's nothing up there.
I will say there is something nice about a man who just shuts the fuck up.
I can understand that.
Like
I can understand.
I was like when, especially like in my job all day, I'm just like talking and talking and talking and making decisions and all that. I just need somebody there who like we don't need to talk more when I get home.
You just need to work out, right? Like,
No, you go to the gym. I'll have dinner ready by the time you get back. It'll be so much protein.
He has back knee.
Because of the steroids. Again, these men don't care about anything about looking other than looking hot, and they're willing to deal with some back knee. And to be honest, a lot of women are willing to deal with some back knee because they need something to pick at.
Yeah. We can go next is Nico. Nico is he has the best body.
Which one's Nico? Oh, you're like really skipping around here.
So Nico, he's a Greek guy. He is the type of guy like he's like I'm focused on you. He likes to focus on the certain women.
He has no tattoos and no body hair, and like that's just like such a
not you.
I need one or the other.
But he's a good guy. I like Nico. and he gets kind of fucked over a couple times. Next one is Indigo. Top, Indigo. He's ugly.
He's
Ugly. Like he's not meant for this show, at all.
He's just like a butterface.
Yeah,
like, you know
and
what I
like
mean?
nobody really likes him. And so
Didn't that happen? Didn't that happen in USA?
It happens in every.
It what happens with a lot.
Yeah,
like
you pick a nice guy, and like again, nice guys finish last. They do. They do.
And especially when they're put up against like this is what the problem I have with these shows. Like, don't get me wrong, like I maybe I'm looking at it through a different lens because I'm attracted to men and like all that stuff, but like they just pick. I feel like the women are usually at least interesting. There's nothing interesting about a sad boy who does nothing.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing interesting about that. And okay, continue.
Yeah, no, I think it is more interesting to pick a sad girl that is hot than a sad boy, because that sad boy isn't the guy that gets any girl excited. But at least a sad girl, a dumb guy is like, you're hot.
He's like, wow, you're so complicated.
Yeah, like Kane is an interesting guy.
Kane looks like a menace.
Kane, yeah, kind of.
Like,
good time though. He's a great fun.
Oh, I'm
dude.
sure he's a good time.
Yes,
I'm sure he's the life of the party, and everyone loves him.
Yeah, no.
Until 2 a.m. when he's drunk and makes everyone cry.
Or you're like, hey, Kane, please just shut up. Like, I don't want to hear you.
See, again, here we are. Yes. That part.
Yes. Okay. I would say the two hottest guys. You have Dylan. Dylan looks like your typical fuckboy. And he kind of is your typical fuckboy.
I mean, any more so than these other guys?
No. Okay, no, actually more so. So Zane, the big guy, that likes to work out. They did the talent show, and it's like or kind of like a half-ass talent show. It's like showcase of talent, and straight up he like made like a balloon animal, which is like random, but like all right, cool.
That adds layers to you.
Dylan literally goes up and he was like, all my talents are sexual, and we're just like, oh my god, bro,
dude, that's just so. How old is he? 24?
No, he's like 26, like 25.
This is where I'm just like, this is where I know I'm getting older, is when I hear like men and women in those situations, they're like, and you know, the only thing good about me is this pussy. Like, I'm just like, you're a child. You're literally a child.
It's like, so he literally said for his talent, he was just like, my eyes. And he's wearing sunglasses. He takes off his sunglasses, starts to stare. And I'm just like,
I think you were a serial killer if
I
you
was
did
like,
that to
is
me.
this not the most cringiest thing ever? Also, worst part about him, okay, uses way too much tongue. Like, and agreed. No, Joe. I will. After this, I will show you a clip of him making out, and you're like, okay.
I'm not gonna lie. A lot of guys use way too much tongue. A lot of men do it. I don't know why, and they don't use it right. It should be light, subtle licks around the teeth. Maybe every now and then you swipe it in, but I mean, there is some. I've had literally try, like they literally are sucking on my tongue.
No, I'm talking. He goes full on lick inside your mouth, like nonstop. And like,
I bet he got a big tongue too.
No, he does have a big tongue.
I bet he got a big tongue too.
Yes, and all the girls are like the girls you're comparing. He's like, he just uses a lot. Like they're like, like turned on and hot by it, but it's just like still like.
And so this is where I like have these feelings. Is like these men do not work on anything. The worst kissers I've had in my life. 10s, like, you know what I mean? Because people are just sleeping with them and then not giving them any feedback because they're hot.
Facts. And pretty privilege is a real thing.
Pretty privilege is a real thing, and that's all this show is.
Yeah, this is exactly what the show is, and we're giving them more privilege because they got a platform now. And last but not least is Taylor. Taylor is, I would say, the most complex person
he got some
in this.
Big ears on him.
He's very attractive. Has all the tattoos and everything like that.
And he's got that.
He's a big guy.
He's got that beard going on.
No, Taylor, I would probably say is like the kind of alpha-ish of the bunch. he can say very deep and like expressive things that you're like, holy shit. He is very emotionally like can sense people's emotions very well. But at the same time, he always wants to make it seem like he's the good guy when he's doing fucked up shit.
Ooh.
And tries to reverse almost like, hey, I noticed that, like he's projecting how he wants you to feel, so you feel it, and then that way, like this outcome happens. He's like, it was never me, it was you, like the whole time. And so like, and that doesn't happen till like episodes later. Like at first you think
you're like in for it. You're
like
ride or die.
I'm not gonna lie, like I was like texting my friend who watched the whole season. I was like, oh no, I love Taylor. Taylor's a great guy, awesome, amazing. And she's like, just watch. And then you start watching and you're like, hold on.
That's how I felt about Aaron back in the day.
Yeah, no. So all in all,
yeah, this sounds like a great time.
Great time.
And you want to throw bombshells into that mess?
Throw a lot of bombshells. For the girls, two of the hottest bombshells.
Hell
like,
yeah.
They're
That's
fucking
so
hot.
nice to hear, because I feel like on
They're
USA,
hot.
the bombshells were like shitty.
The bombshells for the guys, however. Oh no, there's a couple hot guys. Yeah, okay. Now I'm thinking about it. There's a couple hot guys. One guy is from F-Boy Island. That comes on. He was a good guy from F-Boy Island. But no, all in all, great time. Great. This one guy, his name is Tommy, that joins. He's on TikTok and he eats like eggs. Like sniffs like a fucking egg and then chews it with the shells and stuff like. When I tell you he's the most Aussie dude, that if you can think of like a country Aussie, that's him.
I'm not gonna,
and he makes the fucking villa much better.
I'm not gonna lie. I find, is he the one with the mullet? Is
Yes.
that oh, okay? Because I've seen him on TikTok.
Yes.
But like, I've met a few Australians in my life. Every one of them, fucking weird, fucking crazy, from like different sides. Like I met like, you know, country out there people.
Yeah.
All that. But then I used to work with this girl, and she like went to like a boarding school with like houses, like Harry Potter houses.
Yeah.
Like she was like a little, she's wealthy. Like
She was wealthy.
Like I remember her telling me about how like when her in high school, when her and her friends would get in fights, they would sue each other. Like
can't relate.
Like and so
Can't
like
relate.
and so I'm just sitting there, but then she's like telling me about like shoeies and Vegemite. Which, do you know what a shoey is?
No.
It's where you take your shoe, pour a beer in it, and then drink it. Or you take a flip flop and run it down like a luge, like an ice luge.
WPS, man.
And they want to sit here and say like Americans are fucked in the head. Like that's disgusting. That's crazy. Have you athlete's foot?
WPS. That's all I gotta say.
I don't. Oh, okay. I was like,
white people shit, man.
I figured it out. I was like, I had to think about it for a second. I was like, you keep saying, yeah, because they killed all the Aboriginals.
Yeah.
But they want to be on some high shit. Anyways, they want to be some high horse shit with America. I don't know what it is. I feel like Australians talk a lot of shit on us, and they have no room to talk.
To be honest, I really think like a lot of Australians are just the baby of like UK and American, like put into,
but like still in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because I'm so tired of the mullet mustache combo. Like, babe, you are not a porn star in the 80s. Stop.
Yes.
I think just having a single mustache, unless it's like a handlebar mustache or it's like really thick and puffy, if you just have some like single, that's the gayest fucking thing I ever seen in my life. Like,
you're not wrong.
Like, what are you, a sailor?
Yeah, you're not
like,
wrong.
I don't understand what the mustache is.
Actually, no. There's a lot of straight men that can really rock a nice stash.
Who?
Michael B.
He usually has a goatee with it.
He does usually have a goatee, but he rocked a stash and he looked good with the stash.
Okay, so if you look like Michael B. Jordan, you can have a mustache.
There's a lot of, now I'm thinking about it, there's a lot of black men that have stashes that look good.
Okay, so white men. I think this like a white man with that furry fucking mustache. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm trying to think I don't have like that many black, white, or white guys like top of my head with a stat. To be honest, like none. Like now, I'm really
the only one I can think of are in like Top Gun. Don't they have mustaches in that?
I love that though.
I don't know.
They love it.
So but that's what I'm saying. If you're just like a regular Joe on the street, you're not man enough to handle a mustache. Either grow out a full beard or nothing at all.
So if I give Love Island USA a 10,
there's just a lot of mustaches.
I would give this 8.5, man. Because also it feels quick. Like it doesn't like to be honest. Not like
USA kind of meandered a bit.
I give it a 9, solid 9.
Ooh.
It's not. There's drama. There's it's not as much forced drama. But I would say the pacing is what accelerates this. There's less episodes. It's a good time, good watch, great fun, and like when I tell you, like the second we're done with this, I'm going to watch the ending. I haven't seen the finale. We're like 3 episodes away.
Who on here do you think should be like, if you could put them on All Stars, should be on All Stars?
Dylan. I'll put Dylan Taylor, and I would also put Hannah, and I would put Sophie because she won't fucking shut the fuck up.
You kind of you cast for the drama.
Oh, duh!
I like that.
What are we doing?
No, a lot of people.
I'm a producer. What am I doing?
A lot of people you're not a producer. A lot of people just pick their favorites, and that's where I thought it was gonna go. But you were.
No, I want.
Yeah, that was good. Those are some good picks.
I want nothing but drama.
And what is this on?
This is on Hulu.
Hulu.
Yep, on Hulu.
All right.
Yeah, UK, Australia, Hulu, USA, Peacock. Yeah, don't know why. But hey, watch it. All right, before we start this, I just want to say top 5 hottest cast in this show. Like, at least for the women's side.
I would say only for the women's side.
I'm seeing bad bitch after bad bitch after bad bitch after bad bitch after.
Yeah, and I mean, this cast is stacked. So the show we're talking about on our, theme of pussy, apparently. Is that what the sound it makes? I wouldn't know.
Yeah. So if you stare it in the eye, it makes a kind of noise.
I knew there was eyes down there.
Yeah.
I knew there was a whole other face. There's secrets.
Yeah. You just gotta dive in though.
The whispering eye.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're from Role Models. Tell her you can't wait to see her whispering eye.
I'm fucking dead, man.
You just said vagina. Anyway, so I have been watching another Taylor Sheridan original on Paramount Plus. Here's the thing. Not the biggest fan of Taylor Sheridan as like a person. He can fucking write a show.
Hey.
I'll give him that. And I will say I'm not the biggest fan of his, but he does in these scenarios kind of toe the line politically. He keeps it pretty apolitical. There are times where it's like obviously in his shows that are very heavy-handed in like how he feels about things, but he does usually let the other person at least get a line in, and I can respect that. So
Can you?
I can, I don't.
There we go.
I can, I don't. But I can respect that. But no. So this show, what it is it's all about a CIA kill squad. That is their only job, is to get in, kill someone, and get the fuck out. And to be honest, getting out, pretty up in the air. So I just binged like the whole first season. It's only like 8 episodes. It's pretty easy to get through. I'm like halfway through the second season, which just came out with all episodes just recently over like Christmas.
Yeah.
So
What'd you rate it?
8.
Ooh.
Like when I'm telling you it's so fucking good, it's so fucking good. I'm not saying it's like crazy, amazing, blew my mind away, but it is just such a good show. So a little more about what it is you have this character, Zoe Saldana. She is a
10.
Oh, and she knows it and she shows it.
Hell yes.
And she is, she's out here. She is leading this strike team. and it's her job to make sure that her team and whoever their people are can do the job and get out. So hers is the Lioness program, and she has her lionesses or there's usually only one at a time. But so in the first season, she she finds this I'm trying to remember. She's a Marine. She finds this Marine. She always finds these special ops people and brings them to the fold of the CIA. And they all have to make like certain kind of certain kind of specifications that she's looking for at a given time.
Do you believe that our government has all this stuff?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we have these special squads that are.
But you'll never know about them, and that's who these people are. Yeah. And so everything is like off the books. No one wants to know about it, and they are the people that you call to like go in. And the first season, they're all trying to kill this guy who he is basically a financier for a lot of terrorist organizations. If you are in an organization that a bank will not give their money to, he will work for you. So what they do, and this is the first season, so I'm not getting into too many spoilers or anything like that. So what they did was they got this girl who is a Marine, she's had a hard life, all that stuff. Again, the writing and the characterizations of the story, I just can't express enough how good they are and how like deep they get into it all, because they put her in undercover, and it's her job to become best friends with this guy's daughter. And so she's like getting into all of this, and she's like working the family, working the daughter, and trying to, get close to the father, because he's in hiding. He's a fucking terrorist. And so he's in hiding, and they know that she's going to get married soon. And they know that all this, because they have all this intelligence because of the CIA. So they're doing all that fun stuff and sending her in to do that. So that happens. The second season, which is the one I'm currently watching, it's all about Mexico.
Hell yeah.
So they really kind of upped the stakes a little bit, because the first season was all in the Middle East. It was very far out of the way. Like nobody really cares. Nobody really knows, that kind of situation. Here, we're seeing a lot more close to home. So Zoe Saldana does have like a full family at home. She has a husband, she has kids. Her husband's like a doctor, and she has like these two,
of course.
and then she has like these two teenage.
Could be me.
She has like these two teenage kids, and you see her really struggling with like the balance, and like also eventually her kids are starting to get older, asking a lot more questions, and towing the line of, what do I tell my children when I am gone for 6 months at a time, and I can't tell them where I'm going, what I'm doing, who I'm with, and they're just, what teenager is just going to accept that as an answer?
Me and your dad are in an open relationship, and he gives me 6 months, and then 6 months on, 6 months off.
That's literally what happens.
Wait, what?
that's actually like their situation.
No, you're kidding me.
At the start of the show, that's literally their thing. She comes home from a 6-month trip, and she's like, have you been seeing anybody? And he goes, just like Band-Aids to fill the void. And then later on, she's like, they like come to it. They're like, no more Band-Aids. Like we're in this together. Like we love each other so much, blah, 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 blah. Total
crazy
storyline. But so yeah, no, exactly.
Hell
You hit the nail on that head. But like I said, second season, the most recent season, it's all about Mexico and the cartels. And in this season, the CIA thinks that the Chinese are telling the cartels what to do to come after America. Kicks off with the cartels kidnapping a congresswoman in Texas and killing her whole family. That's the first episode of season 2.
Damn, that really could happen.
So then they call the Lionesses, because it's international. They call the Lionesses to go take care of that, but it's on the border, right? And so there's a lot more media, a lot more people in Texas, and it's in Texas, and there's so many government agencies along the line. So it's really interesting to kind of see where this is going. I will say it does feel like a Mexican cartel smear campaign. Like they're like trying to make it really on the nose about how bad the cartels that are in Mexico. So like that's a little heavy-handed, but in this one, there's some stuff that happens. She has to get a new lioness. This lioness, she is a helicopter pilot for the army or something I'm pretty sure the army. She's a helicopter pilot, Apache, and they know that she is the daughter and niece of a super big up in the cartels. And so they're like, we need you to go kill them. And she's just like, what? But she's in the army. This is her country.
Ooh.
And she knows her duty. And her duty is calling on her to kill and lie to her family.
Oh, I like that.
And so you see her learning how to become a lioness, struggling with it. They end up bringing back the girl from the first season to teach her how to be a lioness, which was really fun. And I'm like I said, I'm only like halfway through the second season, but the way this story is told. Also, Nicole Kidman is Zoe Saldana's boss, and she's like the head of the this section of the CIA.
It's her. It's
her
year.
And then her boss is Morgan Freeman.
Crazy.
And he's
like everybody's boss.
And yeah, he's like the one of the intermediaries, like basically between Washington and the CIA, because there has to be a certain set of like plausible deniability, right?
Yeah.
Like they want to do this, but like they need the president's go ahead on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Trump can't know everything.
Yeah, but he can't know exactly what's happening because again, this is a kill squad. They are not here to do. They have one mission. To kill. And there's like one scene in where she's like training, and the new lioness in season 2, she's training and she's like going through a VR simulator, and this guy has like a hostage and a gun to the girl's head, and
I don't care about that hostage.
Exactly. She's like, let her go. And then at the end she goes, let her go? Zoe Saldana's like, let her go? What the fuck was that? She's like, well, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to like get through? Like, she's like, if you see I have an obstacle, get through it. She goes, how do I get through a 16-year-old with a gun to her head? She goes, shoot her yourself and then shoot the man behind her and keep going. You have one job. And she goes, but that's murder. And she goes, that's the job. We're a kill squad.
Hey, you know what?
And Zoe Saldana is a bad fucking bitch in this show. Like she's been doing this. Hey. She knows what it is. She goes in. I don't remember. She walks on a base one time, and this guy like tries to give her shit or something. He's like, "You just walk in here like you have command." And she goes, "I am the highest ranking officer anywhere I fucking stand. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Sit the fuck down." And they're all like, CIA bitches, because they know that she's right. She has.
Yeah, no.
She claims rank over whatever. I think
I'm gonna watch this.
No, it's so good, and it's like when I saw.
You said there's more action or more drama?
Action. There's so much action. Like,
all right, we in that bitch.
I mean, every 5 minutes, it's them taking out these people, them doing it, and it's so well done.
We in this bitch.
No, it is.
You said 8.
I think around 8, 8 in the per season.
No, 8. You give it an 8.
Oh yes, I give it an 8.
Okay, I'm down. Anyway, bro, Zoe is.
And I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not a war kind of person. I'm not like a gun person, and like this show.
Sure about that with that hat?
This says God's favorite on it.
Again, about that hat?
To be clear, God's favorite doesn't need a gun. I have shot guns before. You ever shot a gun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pistol and not just pistol. Glock. Yeah, like straight up. Kickback is crazy on that thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like everyone kind of underestimates like a handgun's kickback.
Yeah.
Because it's just it always just like pops hard, and you have to. That's why they say squeeze. Yeah. No. Grew up.
Squeeze what?
Squeeze the trigger.
The what?
The trigger.
Okay. And again, back to Joe doesn't like black people.
Oh my God.
But that's going to be the end of our show. I hope you guys had a great MLK weekend. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm allowed to say trigger.
But I'm Jordan.
And I'm Joe.
And this is Double Trouble Features.